welcome back to my channel. My name is Brooklyn and today's video is very exciting. I am going to be sharing some of my recommendations, some books I'm excited to read, and just yellow books in general, or mustard books, for the Get A Clue Readathon, which is hosted and created by Rainy from Rainy Blue Reads, and I am one of the co-hosts. I'm on Colonel Mustard's team with Krystal from Bond Book Reviews, and I'm very excited for this. This is the only yellow shirt I have at the moment, while my one's in the post for the readathon, so it's not even mine, it's my fiance's, so it's not the greatest. I don't like this shirt, so don't mind that. And I also have purple on underneath, but that's okay, we're not going to talk about it. As you would have seen in the thumbnail, I have a very special edition of Clue. In Australia, we tend to call it Cluedo, so if I say Cluedo, just know I mean Clue. This edition is actually Clue because it is from America, but it is the Office edition. Me and my partner love The Office so much, so I got this for his birthday, I think last year, and it's so great. It's one of my favorite editions. It's Who Killed Toby, which is just great. If you've watched the show, you know. And the fact that Dwight is basically Colonel Mustard is perfect because Dwight is like my favorite character, so it works out really well. And yeah, I just wanted to show off my very fun edition of Clue. But for today's video, it's going to be like a lot of different things. I'm going to be recommending some yellow books, some books that I've read that are like romance mystery, because I feel like a lot of people are recommending mystery books and I don't really read mystery, even though I really want to this month to try and get into it, as everyone else is recommending so many books. But I am going to stick with what I know and recommend you books that I have read, show you books that I'm excited to read that are some of the host's favorites, and some books I've already read that are really great and that you should pick up too if you're in Colonel Mustard's team. Firstly, I wanted to share two books that are actually on my shelf that are yellow, that I have read. The first one is Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. I read this last year and really enjoyed it. Sally Rooney is such a great author. I've also loved Normal People too, but I really recommend her. The way she writes is so different. They really show you what it means to be an adult and to be in adult relationships, and I find that she communicates that really well. So this is a very good yellow book to be picking up in the month of November for this readathon. The other book I have on my shelf is Grown by Tiffany Jackson, Tiffany D. Jackson, and this book I read in 2020, I believe, and I gave it 5 stars. I absolutely loved this book. It deals with some really heavy subjects, so definitely check out the trigger warnings before going into this. But it was beautifully written, beautifully conveyed, and I just really enjoyed the storyline of this and how it was done. Yeah, it was like made me feel sick. Like when a book makes you feel like the main character's feeling, obviously not on this extent if you know what this book's about, but you're just feeling these emotions with her and going back and forth, and yeah. But this is a really great book, and this book would also give you extra points as Tiffany is a BIPOC author and she really is an amazing one. I really want to check out the rest of her books, and yeah, I just really loved her illustration of this whole situation that this woman is placed in. Yeah, very powerful, very moving, and I definitely recommend. Another book that I've read and loved, and that is yellow, is I'm Glad My Mum Died by Jeanette McCurdy, and I absolutely loved this one. I think everyone has already read it, but if you haven't, you need to read this, especially listening to the audiobook, which is a great form of fast reading for this readathon, as you want to read as many books as possible. I think that she wrote this in such a really connective way, and I was constantly on the verge of crying, of laughing, of being so shocked because I had no idea that this was going on with her life and that she was treated in such a way. Yeah, basically a mind-blowing book that if you watched iCarly, even if you didn't, even if you have like, if you just read it, okay? Just read it, that's all I'm gonna say. Now on to 2 yellow books that I haven't read, but they are hosts' favourite reads that are yellow, so I am very interested in reading them during this readathon. And that is The Unhoneymooners, and this is Krystal's, or one of Krystal's favourite books. And I feel like I should read this one as she's co-hosting with me. It's really fun. I really don't know what it's about, but I love the word unhoneymooners, so that's great. Sounds like a fun time. And yeah, I just saw it, it's yellow, looks like romance. I mean, it probably isn't, but anyway. And then the next one is another co-host's favourite book, and that is The Bodyguard, and that is Amy's favourite book, one of Amy's favourite books. I have been seeing this book everywhere and it is yellow, so another great opportunity to pick up a yellow book. Also don't know anything about this, but I really love to go into these books that are my like friends' favourite books, not knowing anything, because I have no idea what to expect then. I've just going off what their thoughts are kind of thing. So I really like doing that. So yeah, they're 2 books that you would get extra points in reading that are also yellow if you're in Colonel Mustard's team. How amazing that? That's just like so many points that I can't even comprehend because I do not do math, okay? I actually forgot another book that I have read that is yellow, and that is Beach Read by Emily Henry. This was probably my favourite book by Emily Henry. She's always done, all the books that I've read by her I've absolutely loved and been addicted to, and this was no exception. Yeah, I've talked about this book a lot on my channel, so I'm not going to go too far into it, but it's another yellow book. It's a fun, quick, easy read, and yeah, I really recommend. I have 2 other recommendations that aren't necessarily yellow, but I think that would fit the Get A Clue Readathon really well if you're looking for like kind of a romance mystery kind of aspect. The first one is Verity, and I feel like a lot of people will be thinking of this one when they think kind of mystery romance. I have some issues with this one anyway, but if you want to read a book in one sitting for this readathon, pick this one, and I'm sure it will go with some prompts because it is like a murder mystery basically. I don't know. Yeah, it basically is kind of like a murder mystery or a mystery of Verity. So yes, I don't want to talk about this much because I hate this book, but if you want to read it in one sitting, this book is for you. Next, I wanted to talk about some more of the co-host's favourite books that I am leaning towards picking up during this month because I've been wanting to read them for such a long time. And the first one is Magnolia Parks, and this is one of Neva's favourite books from Reading with Neva, and I have wanted to read this forever. I really wanted the original cover and I've asked for it for my birthday, which is in 2 days, so stay tuned to see if I get it. And yeah, I've just been waiting to receive that, so I'm hoping that I get that for my birthday so I can read it whilst I'm away, and it will get me extra points because Magnolia Parks. And I just remember Neva having a mental breakdown for days on end, the worst book hangover after this book. So I'm not prepared for that. I'm scared, but I've heard it is like Gossip Girl, and that sounds incredible, so I'm here for it. Last books that I want to talk about are Brie from Four Paws in a Book. Her favourite book is, one of her favourite books is Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake, and I have heard so many great things about this book from all of my booktuber friends. They've all read it and I am the odd one out that has not picked this up, and it also involves a lesbian relationship, so that will also get you more points. Looks so much fun. I'm so excited to read it. And to go with that, I also have Ashley Parker Doesn't Fail. Extra points for all the lesbian action that I'm going to consume. I'm very excited. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, because this follows on, they're together. I'm pretty sure that that's okay. I haven't checked yet, but I'm pretty sure it is, because we're doing anything in that series, but this is a companion series, so I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, I'm very excited to pick these up. But that is all for this video. I know it was a bit chaotic and everywhere, but I had so many like books to show and to talk about in so many different directions, so I hope you got the gist of what I was trying to do there. But thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to explore this Get a Clue Readathon with you all, and go Team Mustard.